6 cents out of a nickel thought of the day. It seems like the people that get the greatest opportunities and the people that advance the farthest, um, they tend to be the meanest, nastiest people. They'll trot all over whoever they have to get to where they're going, and they don't seem to have a conscience as to how they affect other people. So why be nice? Why be nice at all when it's not going to lead to the opportunities and type of lifestyle that you're after? You may have asked yourself this question a million times. I mean, I know I have. Um, but I still end up being nice. Or at least I try to be. I was having one of these existential crises, and I came across a documentary called Nice Guys Finish First, and it was done by Richard Dawkins. Now, the title intrigued me, so I decided to watch this documentary. It was my first introduction to Richard Dawkins. I had no idea who he was before that. And in this documentary, they played there's a game that gets played, and it was part of a psychological research. It's called Prisoner's Dilemma. Some of you might be familiar with it. For those of you that aren't, I'm just going to recap very quickly the rules of the game. Basically, there's a box, 4 squares in a box, and you have 2 options: either to cooperate with the other person, or defect, which is to not cooperate, do the exact opposite. There are more points in the game total if both members cooperate, but there are more points individually if someone defects and the other one cooperates or becomes what's called the sucker. It's important to note that the premise behind the game is it's 2 prisoners that want to make a jailbreak, and they're choosing whether to cooperate or rat each other out. They're unknown to each other. They have no reason to cooperate with each other. They don't see each other. There's zero communication between these 2 people other than whether they're going to cooperate or defect. Now, obviously, they didn't do this with prisoners. They did it with regular people. But they did it with strangers that were off the street, and they didn't know each other beforehand. They had no idea what the other one was going to do. And to make things interesting, the points translated directly into money. So for participating in this experiment, the participants would win money based on their own personal scores. So there's kind of a little bit of there's a bit of a temptation to defect, or in other words, temptation not to be nice. Now, both players they make up their minds at the same time, so they write C or D on a piece of paper, and then it gets revealed to the examiner afterwards, and then they're notified of the results. So as it turns out, if one player cooperates and the other one defects, then the one who cooperated the first time, their next move would be to defect to reflect what the last player did, and keep doing that until there is a signal to cooperate. And as soon as that person who defected cooperates, your next move should be cooperate. So basically, matching and mirroring everything that the other person does is usually the most effective strategy. But initially starting off with cooperation or being nice. Turns out this is a very accurate game of the way life should be played, really. Start off nice and then just reflect what people are doing around you in order to deal with them. You can affect change in the people around you and make them a little bit more nice. And so that if everyone cooperates, if everyone cooperated, can you imagine what kind of a wonderful world we could live in? And I've watched people through my lifetime as well. There are some people that are just too nice their whole life, and they just get walked on and stepped on, and they never seem to gain any advantage over the world. And then there are people that are just aggressive and mean and nasty their entire lives, and sure, they run roughshod over people all the time and get whatever they want, but they don't really have any respect. They don't have any friends. People just generally don't like them. The people that are generally most likable are the people that find that balance somewhere in between, where they're nice to people, but they don't let anybody walk all over them. When it's time to stand up, they stand up, and they have that backbone when it's really needed, and stand up for the things that really need to be addressed. And myself, being almost 50 years old, I've had a chance to go to fewer weddings and more funerals as of recent years. The balance has really shifted, and the people that are nice generally, maybe get mad when they have to, but they're nice generally. They're generally well liked and well respected, and these are the people that have, you know, they have more than enough people, have people that they can count on toward the latter parts of their lives. The ones that are aggressive and uncooperative all the time, um, they seem to end up having to hire people to carry their coffin at the end of. And for me, it doesn't seem to matter how many houses or cars or fancy things you accumulate. Um, if your life ends like that, then that's a sad life indeed. Anyhow, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell for more content. Thank you very much. Until next time.